Hello everyone. Today let us know about the coding of the project The Curtain Launch. So what you can see now is a logo and the contact information. So this is in the header part of the web page. So now let us see how we can change the logo of the project. Since I said it is in the header portion, we have to open the file header.php. So let us open this using Notepad++. You can also use Adobe Dreamweaver, but I am using Notepad++ here. So you can see a PHP tag. Inside the PHP tag, a session start function is written. This will start the new session and include with the PHP file. This will include the database file to the system. So you can see the title Curtain Launch, and there is again one more PHP tag within which include file is added, that is the top menu. So what you can see now, that is login, register and the address information. This is present in the top menu.php file. Next we can see in the div tag a logo class which is equal to logo, and link which is given to index.php which is the home page, and a tag image, that is img src. This is the image source is equal to then images slash logo.png. This is the path of the logo image. So let us open this path. Let us open the folder images, and inside the folder images let us search for logo. So we can see the file or the image logo, that is the curtain launch is written in that image. So it is an image, and clicking on the properties we can see the extension, that is the type of the file. So it is a .png file, so you have to use the extension .png. Because of that reason, images slash logo is the name of the file and .png is the extension of the image. Then style, in the style you can give the width of the image. So this is how we can change the logo. So you can change any image in that particular location. And clicking on home will redirect you to index.php file. And the next menu is standard curtains and customized curtains. So these are the drop down menus where all the other types or the different types of standard or customized curtains present in the database will display here. So for that, a list tag is used where using a link standard curtains is written, and for the drop down list again a class drop down item is used, and on clicking on any of these will redirect you to product list.php file which includes all the list of products. So how the curtains or the types are fetched is using the query select star from curtain type where curtain category equal to standard. So for the standard curtains, the curtain, all the standard curtain file categories available in the database are fetched and these are displayed, and on clicking on these will redirect you to product list.php file. So on clicking on, now I clicked on all, so it will display all the standard curtains available. So there are, you can see 5 results. So there are 5 standard curtains available. So we can view all the 5 results that are available. There are 5 standard types of curtains, and on clicking on them we can view them. And when it comes to customized curtain, again we can click on the customized curtains, and in the same way how it fetches the standard curtains, in the same way customized curtains are also fetched using the select query. And we can view the, and it is again redirected to product list.php where the curtain type will be customized curtain. So you can see product list.php where the curtain type is customized curtain will be fetched. Next menu is contact. So here contact.php file is attached with the anchor tag, that is a link. And next menu is a cart. So cart.php is used in the anchor tag. So when you click on the keyword cart, you are redirected to cart.php, and in case if the customer has put any item on the cart, then it will be updated in the cart, otherwise your cart will be 0. So you can see here home page will redirect you to index.php, and contact.php, on clicking on contact, will be redirected to contact.php, wherein you can see a form and all the address details of the curtain launch. On clicking on cart, you can see cart is 0. In case if the customer adds any item to the cart, then the cart will be updated. Now you can see the address, that is top menu.php. So we will see how the top menu.php will work, or what is present in that. Top menu.php is one more file. Let us open this PHP file, and now you can see there are different codes here. We will see it later. Before that, we will see how to change the address information. So let us scroll down, and we can see some address information which is for customer, but for the public one who opens the website, so this is the address information for the public who opens the website, that is we can see. And we can also change this address. This is just for the test purpose we have given this address. You can change any address, and then you can see a login and register buttons, where these two buttons, on clicking on login button, you are redirected to the window customer login.php, that is cust login.php window, and on clicking on register, the customer or the person whoever uses the web page will be redirected to customer register.php. So wherein in register the customer must register, and wherein login the customer must login. So now let us see the code. So there is a PHP tag. Within that it is written if is set session employee ID, again employee type equal to Taylor. So here if the person who has logged into the web page, if he is an employee, then if the employee type of that employee is Taylor, then these are the menus available in the top menu for that particular employee. That is the profile and change profile and view customized orders. Under that he can view the pending orders and completed orders. So it will be of the same page, view customized purchase, but the status is pending, which means pending order. If the status is stitching completed, then it is completed orders. Then the person has a logout menu. So this is the only option which is available for the Taylor. Else, if the person who has logged in is an employee but he is not the Taylor, then he is an admin. If the employee type is not Taylor, then the employee is an admin. Then admin has the full authority of the website. So what are the menus available in the top menu for the admin? So one is account, in which profile, that is employee profile, and change password is emp change password. Then there is a branch menu where the admin can add the branch and view the branch. So clicking on add branch will redirect you to branch.php, and view branch will redirect the admin to view branch.php. Next is curtain. In the curtain menu, add curtain, view standard curtain, view customized curtain, and add curtain type and view curtain type. So these are the different menus with the different PHP files. Next is billing menu. In the billing menu, the admin can view the billing report. In customer preview, whatever items customers have added for customized orders, that can be viewed. And in customized purchase, the purchase made by the customers under customized purchase can be viewed. Employee, in the employee, the admin can add the employees. It can be admin or the tailors, and the admin can view the employees. Next, in feedback, view feedback.php, which will redirect you to view the feedback from the customers. Then there is a report where the admin can view purchase, or the admin can view the different customers. So these are the menus available for the admin. Now let us see if the person who has logged in is not the employee or not the admin or not the tailor. Then who? Then it is a customer. So if the customer has logged in, then what are the menus available? So if the customer has logged in, then the customer can view the contact details and the email details of the company or the curtain launcher. Then the customer is redirected to the dashboard. Then in the top menu, the customer can view the profile and change password menus, and one is my orders. In the my orders will be it is a view billing.php where the customer can view their billing details. That is, if they have made any purchase, then they can view the billing details. Then so these are the options for, or these are the menus in the top menu for the customer. So we saw the different menus for tailor, admin as well as for the customer. And now you can see how you can change these address details. So you can just make changes and save, click on save all or save. And now let us open the website and let us refresh, and we can see it is the changes are updated here. So you can see the curtain launch. This is a database which includes 11 tables. So it is a database of the curtain launcher. That is the curtain launcher name of the database. So in the header file, you can see my database.php. So this is the file which will connect the XAMPP server and the MySQL database. So let us open this file. So you can see it is a simple code where MySQLi connect function is used, where localhost is the host, root is the server name, and we have not used any password. So the password place for the password is empty. Then the name of the database, that is the curtain launch, it is the name of the database. So by using the variable con, we are using to connect the database. So MySQLi connect error, if there is any error, the connection will be failed. Otherwise, using MySQLi connect function, the database will be connected to the PHP files. And this mydatabase.php is used in header, and header.php file is included in all the other files of the project. Hence, we don't need to use mydatabase.php in any other files because it is already included in header.php file. So you can see the different tables, billing, branch, curtain, curtain image. So each table will have different structure, and you can see there are different attributes of different types, and for each, according to these attributes, the values are added to the tables. So there will be a unique billing ID here in this table billing. So in the same way, for all the tables will have different structure with different attributes, and according to that attributes, values will be added using the different queries. Now let us see the footer. So how much header is important? In the same way, footer is also important for the web page. So let us open the footer. So footer.php is the file which includes the footer information. So you can see the footer where it is written the curtain launch and the develop informations, that is all the rights reserved and designed by the curtain launch. So you can change, if it is designed by any of you, then you can write your name, or since it is designed by the students projects live, so let us change it to student projects live, and click on save to make. When you make any changes, you must save the file and then refresh the web page. And now you can see it is curtain launch. On refreshing, we can see it is changed to designed by student projects live. So now you can see a PHP tag within which, if the person is not, that is, if it is not session is employee ID, or the session is not customer ID, which means if none of the people have logged into the web page, that is either the customer has logged in nor the employee has logged in, then this is the link available for the public, that is if for the login purpose. So if no one has logged in, then the link is available to login, that is emplogin.php link, where clicking on admin or employee login. So on clicking on the text admin or employee login, the user will be redirected to employee login.php. So this is where the employee can log into the web page. So let us click on that employee or admin login. So now you can see you are redirected to emplogin.php, where login ID and password must be entered, and clicking on login you can make the login. So how this works? Let us open emplogin.php. So you can see header is included here. As I said, in all the PHP files, header is included. Next, if the person who has logged in is employee, then they will be redirected to dashboard.php. If not, this file is opened for them. And you can see there is a form action, and there is a online on submit valid written validate form. Then you can see a label for login ID and the input type text, and the name is login ID, and there is a placeholder enter login ID. Again there is one more label for password, and again there is input type which is password, and the name is also password, and the placeholder is enter password. Next there is a submit button which says click here to login. So let us open the database and let us see the table employee. So you can see in the table employee there are different employee details, where the employee type can be viewed: employee name, login ID and password. So using this you can log into the web page. So I will log in as the admin now. Login ID for the admin is admin, and the password for the admin is admin. Let's click here to login. So we can see the admin has logged in, and we can see the top dashboard here. The dashboard includes all the records, number of records which are in the database. So now you can see if the person logged in is an employee, then they will be redirected to dashboard.php. And you can see the top menu, where what we discussed in the top menu.php, all those menus are available to view here. Now let us see how does the dashboard will work, how the code in the dashboard is written. The dashboard will display all the table information, that is there are how many tables in the database and how many records are there in each database. So let us open the dashboard, and you can see here also header.php is included. Then if the person who has okay, you can see my database.php and top menu.php, these two are present in header, so that wherever header is included in all those pages you can view the top menus. So now let us see a dashboard. In the dashboard you can see total billing records, so which will redirect you to view billing.php file, and there is a product details, that is there is a PHP tag within which it's written select star from billing, which means star means you have to select all the records from billing. And MySQLi query is a function which is used to connect the database and the query. So the query is stored in SQL variable, and con will hold the database information, and this will, using the MySQL query, it will check if the query whatever is present in SQL variable, whether it is correct. If it is correct, then the total number of records is fetched using MySQL inum rows. So this will fetch the number of rows present in the database. Now you can see the first database, that is billing, and you can see here there are many records, and you can't just count here. So you can see at the top 0 to 18, which means total of 19 records are present. So this number is displayed in the dashboard under that particular record. So in the same way, for all the tables present in the database, the total number of records are fetched using the select query. So select query is used to fetch the data from the database and it will display it in the web page. So you can see in all the different tables will have different number of records, and these are, so all these 11 tables records are displayed in the dashboard using the select query and the functions MySQLi query and MySQLi numRows. So numRows will display the total number of records present. So this is how the code in the database is set for all the tables in the database. And at last you can see footer is included. So header and footer is included in all the pages of the project. So now you can see there is no link to login since it is the employee has already logged in. So there is no link to login is available. Now let us log out. So when you click on log out, the warning message is asked whether you want to log out. On clicking on OK, you will be logged out. And now you can see in the footer there is the option to login. Now let us click on login in the top menu, and when you click on login you are redirected to custlogin.php. So this means this is the login page for the customer. So let us open custlogin.php file. So you can see here the header is included, and if the session is customer ID, that is if the customer has logged in already, then they are redirected to index.php. Otherwise, let us see how it works. So there is a div tag in the section title, that is login, customer login, and kindly enter login credentials. So these are available to view. And next there is a form, and in the form you can see a login ID, label for login ID, and the input field for login ID, which is the type is email here, and you can see value which is equal to in the PHP tag echo rs edit login ID. So this is used when you want to make the update. Now it is not required. That we will see later why that rs edit is used. Next you have a label password where the input type is password here and the name is also password. On clicking on the button, you are redirected to validate function, and there is one more link, that is forgot password. So you can see if you forget password, there is a link to forgot password. Otherwise you have to enter the login ID and the password, and then you can log in. So here the email ID must be entered and the password details must be entered. Only the valid login ID and password will log in the customer to their account. So the customer has logged into their account, and you can see in the top menu the contact information and the email information, and in account profile and change password. So this contact and email information is of the web page, and in the profile and in my orders, if they have made any orders, they can view their order details and the billing details. And in the home they can view the different curtains, and clicking on view more they can view the details of the curtains and they can add them to cart. And clicking on logout will log the customer out of their account. Now let's see how this works. So when you click on the submit button, on submit return validate function, this, so when you click on the submit button, on submit return validate function, so this function will be evaluated, and you can see this function in the written in the script at the bottom after the footer. So here this is a JavaScript code, and you can see if document login ID and the password is not entered, then the validate message will be displayed. If it is validate, then post submit a select query is used here, that is select star from customer, where login ID is equal to post login ID, and password is equal to post password and status equal to active. So this is the query return, which means select star. Star means select all the record from customer. Where customer is the name of the table, where login ID is the attribute in the table customer and password is the attribute in the table customer. And post, whatever is written inside the post, it is from the form. So whatever value in the name it was there in the form, that value is login ID and password which is inside the post. So what happens here is the login ID, whatever we enter, whether it is present in the database, it is checked, and if it is present and the status is active, then that particular query is fetched and that particular account will be logged into the user. And for that particular customer, the session ID will be created. So the login ID and the password will be checked, and if it is correct, then the person is logged in. Otherwise, entered login credentials are not valid. This message will be displayed. Now let us see about register. So on clicking on register, you are redirected to customer register.php file. So here you can see some form fields where you have in the form where you have to enter the details. So let us open customer register.php. So here you can see a form here with the action on submit return validate form, and it includes different labels, customer name with the input type text, and the name of the field is customer name, and there is a placeholder as well as the value with RSEdit. Followed by customer name, email ID is present. Customer number is, contact number is present, where the type of this field is number, which means only the numbers can be entered in that field. Next, email ID, where the type is text and the name is login ID. Next, password, where the type is password. So if the type is password, whatever the data you input, that will be displayed as the stars. Next, on clicking on submit button, the details will be entered to the database. So you can, let us add some data. So customer name, where we are entering name, and in the customer contact number, only the numbers can be entered, and in the email ID, any text can be entered with valid email format. And see, in the password, hence the type is password, whatever you enter will be converted to stars, where you cannot see whatever the information you have entered. So on click here to register, the customer registration will be done successfully and the customer is redirected to login page. So once the registration is successful, customer is redirected to login page. So let us see how it works. So when you click on submit, when you click on the submit button, what happens? The form will be activated with the method post and on submit return validate form. So this is a form, that is validate form is the function. So this function will be activated on clicking on submit. Once the form is validated, next there is a method is post with the value submit, and you can see here what happens when the form is validated. So in the validate form, you can see there are different variables, alpha x, email x. So these are different variables. So here customer name, if the customer name is not valid, that is if it is not like a name, not only the alphabets are present, if numbers are present, then it will give you it is not valid. Then for the mobile number, only the number should be entered. If it is other than the number, or if nothing is entered, then it will give you some error messages saying the whatever you entered, or if you have not entered, you have to enter. So in the same way, there are different validations for different text fields. So now let us see. Now I'll click on the empty form. So you can see there are different red warning messages, which means the form is not taken further because it is empty. So this is how the validation works. So once validation is proper, which means whatever you have entered is correct, then the post method is executed. So here there is an insert query. So whatever you are adding to the database, that will be done using the insert query. So now you can see in the customer table there are different attributes, but we have at the time of registration only some attributes are used. So only the customer name, mobile number, login ID, password and status is asked. So in the form also, the form what you have filled, it has name, contact number, password and the login ID and the password, and there is status which we are manually entering it as active in the query. So insert into customer is the name of the table, then customer name, whatever is in the bracket, customer name, customer mobile, login ID, password, status. So these are the field from the database, from the table, and values and whatever is there after the values in the bracket, these are the names from the form. So remember, the whatever data you enter in the form will be stored in the form name, and that data will be inserted to the name of the database. You can see in customer profile, it will redirect to customer profile.php, where you can see the different forms where only the name, contact number and the login ID is present. That is because at the time of registration we have entered only those details. Now let us update how it works. So let us open customer profile.php file and let us see the form. So you can see the form which includes customer name, customer address, city, states, all different forms are there. That is customer name, customer address, city, state, pin code, customer number and login ID, in which you can see only 3 values are available because this is present in the database. But how it is available to view? That is because of the RS edit whatever we have written. So let us see in the customer name, you can see value is equal to inside the PHP tag echo RS edit customer name. So this will fetch the value from the database. That is whatever is there in the customer name in the database, that will be fetched and that will display in the form when you view. So how this works, you can see here, if is set session customer ID. So the customer ID, which means each customer who will log in, they will have a unique customer ID. If it is of that customer, then that customer's all the records are fetched using the select query. Select star from customer where customer ID is equal to session customer ID. So of that particular customer whose session ID, that customer's details are fetched, and or in the database whatever data is present, that data will be displayed using the RS edit. So in the database only 3 values are present, only the customer name, login ID and password is present. Rest of the details are not present. So once you enter the data and click on submit, it will get updated. And here also there is a validate function, which means, see, now if I click on submit without entering, it will not allow, since you have to enter the fields, otherwise the empty form is not inserted to the database or not updated to the database. So on clicking on submit here, the update query is executed. So here you are not making a new insertion, you are making changes. That is, whatever, some fields are entered and some fields are not entered, but you can make changes to any of the fields. So here you can see when you how the update query works. That is, update from customer, set customer name is equal to customer name from the table and customer address, state, city, pin, login ID. So all these must be entered, where customer ID is equal to session customer ID. That is, session ID and the customer ID which is in the database must be same. So if the query is correct, then using MySQL query, it is connected to the database, and MySQL affected row will search for the unique row, and if it is present, then that particular profile will be updated. So let us make the updation. So let us add the customer address, let us add the city, state and the pin code. So on clicking on submit, we can see customer profile is updated. So now you can see all the data from the database is fetched. So this is using RSEdit. This will fetch the data from the database using the select query. So select query is used to fetch the data from the database. So let us log out. Now let us log in as the admin. So we have seen how the login query works, and we also saw how the dashboard will work. Now you can see in the top menu for the admin there are different menus where admin has the option to add the details as well as view the details. So most of the options of admin is viewing and some are adding. So now let us see view branch. So here the admin can view the different branches where he can view it through a table form. So here the different tables with different rows and columns can be viewed. And again in the curtain, in view standard curtain, the different curtains can be viewed with the image, its curtain type, curtain title, and its cost, and different images and status, and at last there is an action, that is to edit or delete the details. And even in view customer preview, here also the different customers, different employees can be viewed here in view employee. And again there is an action to edit and delete. So the most of the options for the admin is view and add. So now let us see how this view works, because we know how add works using insertion. Now view, how does the view work? So let us open view employee.php. So now you can see there is view employee and view employee records, which you can see, and there is a search box also, followed by there is a table with the employee type, employee name, login ID, status, and the action with the delete and edit. And this is in the table form. And you can see if there is more records, there is option to click on next. So let us see how this works. In that, here the table tag is used. So you can see view employees and view employee records. Then there is a table tag which has the table header, and under table head there is table row, and there again table head. So TH, which means it will display the data in the bold format, which means it is a head of the header portion of the table. So whatever is written under the TH tag will display it in bold. Next, in the table body. In the table body, we can see a PHP tag with select star from employee. So it is very simple. It will display all select star, which means select all the records from the table employee. And it is given to the MySQL query function with the con variable which will connect to the database, and SQL will hold the query. And here while loop is used since there are many records to display. A while loop is used, and the rs is a variable which will fetch the, and MySQL fetch array is used to fetch the records, and rs will display each records in a different rows. So in the tr, in the td, you can see there are different rows, and next at the last there is action. For the action there is view employee.php delete and employee.php for edit. So these are the two different files which are used using the anchor tag as a link for edit and delete. You know how the edit works, because we have seen the update query. So edit works with the update query. And we don't know how the delete works. Let us see how delete works. So when you click on delete, confirm delete record function is evaluated, and this function will ask, are you sure you want to delete? If you click on OK, then delete ID will be activated, and of that particular data will be deleted using the delete query. So delete query is delete from employee, where employee ID is equal to delete ID. So whichever data we have clicked, that delete ID, that ID will be same as that will be the employee ID of particular data. And now you can see how it works. When you click on one record, it will ask OK. So you can see delete ID is equal to 8. So this is the 8 is the employee ID in the database, and this employee, all the records from the employee ID 8 will be deleted. So this is how delete works. And for all the different views, same it works on the same way, that is using the select query. So you can view in view customers, you can view the different customer details, and again there is edit and delete option. So this also works in the same way, where you have to fetch the data from the customer table. So we have explained the most of the coding here, and most of the codes which we have not explained are in the similar way. If you have any queries, you can contact us. So thank you for watching the video. For further queries, you can contact the web page. Thank you.